Okay, so I wanted to try something new out where I rant about something that's on my mind. Maybe there'll be gameplay in the background. I don't know, but just recently I've had on my mind the game genre that's popularly referred to as friendslop, where if you don't know what friendslop is, think of games like Repo or Lethal Company or Phasmophobia or whatnot. Basically, one of my friends sent me a post that was an advertisement for a new quote unquote friend slop game where it's just like these guys walking around and they're farting and stuff, and it's like you walk really slow. It looks like Repo or Lethal Company or whatnot. And that's got me really like pissed off because there's so many things that there's so many openings you can do with indie games regarding multiplayer that I think would be really cool. But all these indie developers, they always make like the same type of game where you walk around like a facility or a dark place with like 3 or 4 of your friends, and you have to collect something. But oh no, there's monsters, guys, and they can like one tap you, and either you can't counter them at all, or you it's really hard to, and the controls are really clunky, but it's indie, and you just don't have any friends to play with because you're calling it like slop. Like, no. Okay, the problem with these games is that they come off as very lazy. Like, the developers like didn't want to try and make an actually fun multiplayer game, so they're just copying what Lethal Company or Phasmophobia are doing now. Although I will say Lethal Company kind of gets a pass on it because Lethal Company was the first to do it, and they did something different from Phasmophobia. Because Phasmophobia, that's like the ghost. It's like this ghost game where you and like 4 of your friends or whatever run around and you like try to like identify a ghost, and you're all like easily killable. Like, you're one, like the ghost can one tap you or whatever. And that game kind of sucks, but I can't lie, it runs like shit. I think it's like on Unreal Engine or something, but it's absolutely wretched. It's like one of the most boring games I've ever seen or played. Like, I've had friends like, oh, Markiplier, it's funny when Markiplier played it, but that's like a bad game. It's like, it's boring and it's only fun to play with friends. That's what the problem is with this quote unquote friend slop thing. These games are only fun with friends. Now I get there's like games like It Takes Two or whatever that like those are like designed around co-op or like whatnot. But these like quote unquote friend slot games, you can play them by yourself. Maybe I never played It Takes Two or whatever the other ones. I think Split Fiction or something. But I've never played those games. But I assume you can't play the game without somebody else because those games are specifically co-op games. The friend swap games give you the option to play by yourself, and I think why is it like if you're giving us this option to play by ourselves, why not make it fun to play the game by yourself? Does that make sense? I don't want to call because I played like Lethal Company and stuff with friends like a few times, some repo, but like after that it was like, okay, these games are clearly just like a cash grab that just like aren't that fun to play after like 4 or 5 hours of playing it. And it's like if you look at like other co-op games or games where you play with your friends and like yeah, co-op games, like they're fun with friends, but you can also play them by yourself and still have a good time. Like, let's say COD Zombies or something like that. Like I can play COD Zombies by myself without my friends, without teammates, and I can still have a great time playing that, right? Or I can play Doom co-op or like Left 4 Dead. Now, Left 4 Dead is a little different. Like you can still play the game by yourself. It might be a little boring, but like it's not like unplayable like Lethal Company or whatever, where you're like just you get one tap and you're fucked. Like at least with that, like they give you the NPCs to come and save you and shit, and it's like yeah, that makes sense. And like with fuck, where was I at? I just got lost. But like a lot of those games and stuff, like Doom co-op, I can play Doom by myself or I can play it with friends. I'm talking about like classic Doom, not modern Doom. They don't. That's a problem I have with modern Doom. They don't have a lot of great multiplayer stuff. But classic Doom, like Doom plus Doom 2, I can play that with my friends, and like that is like really like fun. Like I mean wait fuck what am I saying? I can play that with my friends, and I can play it by myself, and it's equally enjoyable. Maybe it's a little more enjoyable with my friends, but I'm not losing the experience playing by myself. I can still play Doom by myself, and it's not like the game is unplayable or something. Like I'm thinking, like if indie does want to make fun games that people don't hate, make a game like that copies like COD Zombies or Left 4 Dead or Doom. Like we have the single player ones like Ultra Killer Dusk or whatnot. Like, where are the multiplayer ones? Like, multiplayer boomer shooters are like, there's a huge hole there. I know a lot of developers make like the boring kind of arena PvP shooters, but why not make more co-op shooters? Those are really fun. Left 4 Dead is like the most popular um co-op game like ever. Like, that's not even like an exaggeration. Everyone loves Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2. It's literally one of the best multiplayer co-op games ever made. Why are we not copying that game? Is it My assumption is that horror games are easier to make, and it's easier to hide bugs in a game where your character walks really slow compared to, let's say, like Doom or something, or like Ultra Kill, where now you have to account for like how fast the player's moving or how much they can experiment with certain things in the game because they're they can move so fast and they can do all these crazy things. And I think developers are like, oh well, this already works. We could just like copy like Lethal Company, and we can just like not try and just make it like a shitty horror game and then say, oh, it's co-op, so it's fun with your friends, guys, play with your friends. And then streamers will play and they'll clip from it like, oh, this is so funny, this is the greatest game ever made. And everyone will play it for 2 weeks, and then it'll get dropped and nobody will talk about it ever again. And it's like, yeah, that's stupid. We need better co-op games from indie studios because it doesn't seem like AAA is interested in making interesting uh multiplayer games. They just want to make sloppy battle royale hero shooter Call of Duty clones that are like not fun. I don't mean Call of Duty. I don't mean COD zombies. I mean like just like the basic like shoot the team multiplayer enemy team like boring not fun shit that you rage at and it's like lame. We need more co-op shooter games. We need more co-op shooter games. Um, that would be really cool. I don't know. I haven't played like Arc Raiders or Helldivers 2 at all, but I heard Helldivers 2 is really fun, and I want to try it, but I don't know anybody else who has the game, and it's also like $40, I think. And it's like, I don't want to buy that if I'm just going to be playing it like by myself. Like, I know I was talking about earlier that, like, oh, I can, like, multiplayer co op games are fun by yourselves as well, that are like good, but like, I don't know, like, if I'm going to enjoy Helldivers 2 like that, like I would with, like a COD Zombies or a I guess not Left 4 Dead either. Yeah, maybe I don't know. This is a weird topic because there's like this weird like these fine lines you can hit with what makes a co-op game fun without your friends, which I think COD Zombies does great. I think Doom does great because I mean Doom was originally designed around single player and then got multiplayer. I think that's where like we need to focus on the game being fun in single player first over multiplayer because then it gets boring for if it's designed around multiplayer first and it's like, oh, I don't want to play that. But that where did that come from? That came from me talking about Helldivers and being not sure if I want to play that. Also, Arc Raiders, like fun. Is that like a co-op shooter? I heard it's an extraction shooter. I've never played an extraction shooter. I only really play like in terms of shooters, I only really play like boomer shooters or like Halos, your Half Lives, your Dooms. Like I don't know if that's like good, right? But like see if what am I saying? Fuck. I'm saying like, are those good? Are those is that what indie devs should be making? Like, is Arc Raiders? Do you fight NPCs in it? In Helldivers, do we want more indie games like Helldivers? Do we want more indie games like Arc Raiders that are shooter games and less indie games? Is Arc Raiders indie? I don't know. Is it double A or triple A? Who is it made by? I don't remember. But um, you look at like what am I saying? But like you look at like those indie friendslop games and they're like, oh, this is like it's like those are only fun with your friends, and I think that's kind of bad design. Or not fun because then you look at like Left 4 Dead and like that game can be boring without your friends, but it's not bad. Like if I remember one time I tried playing Lethal Company by myself, and it was like the worst experience ever. Like no, I didn't have any teammates or nothing. I was by myself, and I would just get like one tapped every time I went like anywhere past like the first planet. And it's like, bro, like that's just to me that's just bad design. Like and also like I feel like with that, 'cause is it no? Because then there's like the zombie wave based game that doesn't really count. I was gonna say like there's no like end goal to those, and like I think the whole point of it is they don't want you to get that far because they want to keep you hooked by like, oh, let's see how far I can go. But you don't ever get that far, and that's what gets boring about it. You play a game like COD Zombies, I can get to like level like wave like 100 or something before the game ends, or like it instant kills you. But like you can get really far in that game, or you can not get far at all. With the friendslop games, you can get like up to maybe like 4 or 5 levels in, and they just throw bullshit at you and you die immediately. And it's like, bro, that's not fun. Like they need to just make more games like COD Zombies, but like don't make it like a realistic lame ass shooter. Like it's not what I'm saying. Like that. Like I don't want it to look like COD. I want it to play like COD Zombies or Doom or something fast and fun, and I can play it by myself or I can play it with my friends, and I don't get bored of it like super easily. And just make it not a shitty horror game, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you want to discuss this at all, just comment below. It would be good for the engagement anyway. I just like to get my opinions out there because I feel like I don't share a lot of the same like thought processes as other people, and I think because a lot of I don't mean to be a dick here, but I feel like a lot of people are kind of bots and they all like the same shit. Like it's like okay, like they all think the same. Like a lot of people think the same thing. It's like oh, it's kind of boring. It's kind of not out thinking outside of the box here. Like I'm thinking like why are all these indie studios making these boring horror games that you have to play with your friends with for them to be fun when we could be copying games that are fun to play. And like even then, like I feel like people only think of like video games like oh Call of Duty, no, like again like zombies is like the only thing I like about Call of Duty. I really don't like Call of Duty as a franchise apart from the zombie stuff. The zombie stuff is fun. I don't care for the health bar shit or all the little like intricate details of like oh the health bars ruin the game or like these little things that don't change it that much. Like they might change the immersion of the game, but they don't change the actual fun of it. You know what I mean? Like I can say that about like FNAF and stuff, and it's like, oh, well, if you change the lighting, then it's not scary. Like obviously that's gonna be different for a horror game, but I'm not playing Call of Duty to be scared or immersed. I'm playing Call of Duty Zombies because I like to shoot zombies and do waves for like hours and hours and get new weapons and unlock things and get all these cool things. And I'm not thinking about how immersed I am. I'm just having a good time. And I think more indie games should do that. And I think not enough people have thought about that. They've just said, oh, it's friendslop. And then the other side goes, oh, well, you just don't have any friends. This is just like you're calling out the fact that you don't have any friends to play with. And it's like, no, it's not it. It's just shit game design. And no one knows how to talk about it. It's just terrible game design. Why are we making games that are slow ass, boring collecting horror games where you collect shit and a monster kills you in 2 seconds and you can't react in time? And the only way you can have fun on it is if you're on a call with Discord call with your friends. Go, oh, it's so funny. Let's clip this. This is hilarious. Like it's not a good game. It's just clip farming like bait. And it's not like dude, what are we doing? Like this is just stupid. Like okay, back to like the end because like I don't know how long this is going for. How long have I been talking for? 16 minutes. Whew. Jesus. Wow, but yeah, if you wanna express your opinion, maybe I'll make another video on this if you have any thoughts on what you think might be if I might be correct or I sound like a fucking idiot, you can tell me that and I'll make another video or I'll reply to you or something like that. And yeah, I just got another comment, maybe another video on the comment on this because I'm gonna comment on I think it was TikTok or something. Oh well, I'll see you guys.